Task Force X. I want the Flash back here in one piece, so pay attention.
In order for us to retrieve the Flash from the Skull ship, you will first need to remove the data vault defenses, reveal the vault, and defeat this.
Let's transfer in an orderly fashion and emerge in one piece, please.
Welcome to yet another disturbing Elseworld. I'm going to be taking point on this operation. With the hard work well underway, all you need to do is destroy the
Brainiac's
target.
engineering is formal.
You heard the tech support. Get to it, Task Force X.
Better restore my systems.
Coming to you!
I suspect Brainiac's engineering is form over function. I look forward to testing my hypothesis.
Lighting up on green.
A heads up. I've engaged new firing systems.
Careful! This wall of death sneaks up!
Time of death, Doctor?
How long do you think your world can hold out against my military might?
Thanks for lighting up the terminal! Let's pick him up, pals!
Mrs. Freeze is compromised. All forces converge on her location.
Homogenesis complete. Engage the enemy.
There is no refuge. Step back, Freeze!
I see all the training paid off, Dr. Freeze.
Tower terrain.
Go ahead. Fire on the vulnerable point. Let's see how it plays out.
There! Refuse the Terminot biomatter!
I'm with you, Doc.
I was curious when the artillery would come online. A new bomber has evolved.
Don't get zapped by the laser wall. Or do. I'm not your manager.
Roll up on Terminot residue. Back to the target. The cannon reveals its flawed anatomy. Focus your fire.
Let's see what's evolved from this terminal pairing. Well, a new bomber. Updated fire pattern on the weapon. Let Task Force X tangle with that.
Collect the Terminot remains. They're our only hope against the weapon. Death ray!
Not a fan.
Collected enough Terminot remains. Time to redirect at the target.
Too many bosses! We must break through!
Evolution complete. You form have a new bomber to contend with. Looks like you might have hit a wall here, Task Force X. The vulnerable point. What will you do now?
Really knock your socks off.
Initiate new firing sequence.
Gonna need to jumpstart the suit.
Selecting new target.
That's plenty. I should get these alien guns back in circulation.
Freeze is giving vent to her pent-up aggression.
Here, Terminot debris ready for sampling. And throwing.
Artillery above!
Target identified.
Enough specimens. Now begin the biohacking.
Try not to get massive head damage from those mines. Party time!
Taking damage.
Fire in the sky!
Interesting. Perhaps Squat. You've driven a living gun into a state of rage. I'm almost impressed. It's a gargantuan.
Very efficient, Task Force X.
Yes, now, if you could all move along to your next objective. Excellent.
My resources are dwindling.
Taking on free!
God, I'm good. I'm banned from several casinos. You'll have to ask Nora why.
After a comprehensive study of the gun's behavior, I recommend near constant movement. Best of luck.
Try this new firing sequence, Task Force X. You had your backs against the wall before, yes? These are lethal.
Aiming at free!
Terminot detritus is right for the taking. So take it!
Grenade in air. Collateral damage doesn't concern me. I'll be starting over with your planet.
Selecting new target.
Nowhere is safe, Joker.
Got to head of those mines, gang!
There! Make this weak spot an open wound!
Clear the blast zone. Clearing the Joker.
Defense is returning!
Last one to collect a bunch of Terminaut chunks is a rotten... You have eggs on this earth, right? Yeah?
I have an abundance of Terminaut remains ready to launch.
Selecting new target.
New firing pattern uploaded to the weapon. Just for you, Earthlings. My new destroyer.
That fire in the sky is pretty, but take cover!
Well, you know what to do.
Pull up on Terminaut residue. Back to the target. The cannon is exposed. Commence vivisection.
Notable damage. But this machine's life is all pain.
I see all the training paid off, Doctor.
Retrieve that Terminaut waste. No whining.
Updating fire pattern on the weapon. Let Task Force X tangle with that. One of you might get singed, Task Force X.
Freeze is ready for removal!
Don't think I can walk this one off.
Switching targets!
Cannons shedding aerial mines.
The terminal has transformed into a bomber. It's beautiful, really.
Wounded. Ugh, I am a walking metal rod.
Last one to collect a bunch of Terminaut chunks is a rotten... You have eggs on this earth, right? Yeah?
Dr.
Let's
Frias,
see what's evolved from this terminal pairing. Well, a new bomber.
That's plenty. I should get these alien guts back in circulation.
Bomber genesis complete. Engage the enemy.
The cannon reveals its weak point. Punch a hole straight through.
Initiate new firing sequence.
Here I
The
come.
terminal has transformed into a bomber. It's beautiful, really.
Collect the Terminaut remains. They're our only hope against the weapon.
Gathered enough specimens. Now begin the biohacking.
bring Fries's rampage to an end. Now.
Focusing on a new target.
Let's see how they deal with a new firing pattern.
This'll really knock your socks off.
resources are dwindling.
Selecting new target.
A new bomber has evolved. Follow his directives or stay out of his way.
We are being bombarded.
A Terminaut has transformed into a bomber. It's beautiful, really.
Oh, we pissed off the gun real good.
Well, look who's...
Hold on, my systems need some adjustment.
Oh, hand-delivered artisanal reinforcements. You can never stop at one wave, can you?
Enemy reinforcements. It's like Christmas.
More rounds!
Bring me the Flash. Kill Brainiac, but bring me the Flash.
He may be somewhat disoriented when you find him, so handle him with care.
You heard the doctor. With care.
My resources are dwindling.
You could have chosen integration. Instead, you've chosen far, far more painfully.
Approaching our next objective.
Here to reclaim your sworn enemy, the Flash. How touching. I'll be more than happy to share my research with you. In fact, I've made a breakthrough. As you can see, I am now a league of my own. Calculators out, and pencils ready, Task Force X. Not to worry, I spiced things up just for you, dear squad.
Checking on three.
I admit, I did borrow some inspiration from Freeze on the rapid cooling ratios.
Making a splash. Focusing on an avoid.
Grenade in there. You Earthlings have superstitions about cold winds, correct? I suggest heeding them. Don't worry, I'll have this done in a... language bleed through.
Targeting another resistor.
Aw, we all go through Patience, Brainiac. We'll help you outgrow this one, too.
I have confidence that we shall find yet another way to defeat you, Brainiac.
Extreme decreases in temperature can result in loss of limb and death. I do hope you're prepared. Let's consider the other side of the equation now. Not much variation here, but there is potential. Enough of a challenge to break a sweat. What more could I possibly ask of you?
Better restore my systems.
They're coming!
Always good to get out and move around. The cold does metaphorically get to one. Ah yes, I can see the variables much more clearly now. You might think wind would be less combustible, and yet...
Fear my shadow!
Even you four can appreciate such brutal simplicity.
Hold on. My systems need some adjustment.
One should always try to begin with proven theory.
Resources are dwindling.
I'm rubber, you're glue, pal.
Not even the fundamentals will stick with you. I'll break you down into something even simpler and much smaller. A little quick preparation first.
I may have burned too bright.
A different placement this time to optimize the throughput. Yes.
Focusing on a new target. I've got drip.
I modified this Kryptonian thunderclap. Feedback is greatly appreciated.
Let me put on a show real quick. Targeting another resistor.
I admit, I did borrow some inspiration from Freeze on the rapid cooling ratios. I tried to research this move of the Kryptonians. You Earthlings are disgusting. I made changes. Extreme decreases in temperature can result in loss of limb and death. I do hope you're prepared. Despite how distressingly ill-prepared you always are, this distraction is useful. I admit, I did borrow some inspiration from Freeze on the rapid cooling ratios. Give these a moment. The end result may shock you. Extreme decreases in temperature can result in loss of limb and death. I do hope you're prepared. A chilling round of applause for our would-be heroes.
Trade by my own element.
Always good to get out and move around. The cold does metaphorically get to one. I admit, I did borrow some inspiration from Freeze on the rapid cooling ratios.
Get that high!
All plans must be capable of weathering setbacks. Especially such frustratingly tenacious ones as you. Even I make room for the more useful classics.
My resources are dwindling.
Enough of a challenge to break a sweat. What more could I possibly ask of you?
Really knock your socks off.
Always good to get out and move around. The cold does metaphorically get to one. And yet you foolishly persist. For days on end. Mind-bendingly incomprehensible. This occurs naturally on your Earths. Who comes up with these?
Oh, let me swing in first.
A perfect opportunity to introduce a new element.
I may have burned too bright.
I come bearing gifts in the form of your searing mutilation. I've allowed you to continue more than long enough. This little diversion ends now. Let these cool a bit before you barrel into them. I need my answers, and I will not be deterred by credit. Once more, and I will finally be rid of you nuisances. You Earthlings have superstitions about cold winds, correct? I suggest heeding them. The chill down your spine is your impending doom. And this bludgeoning instrument.
Gotcha! Hook, line, and sinker!
A little quick preparation first. Extreme decreases in temperature can result in loss of limb and death. My projections predicted something akin to this. I never intended to This data is beginning to give diminishing returns.
Oh boy. Oh wow. I'm not really used to getting winded. Hey, shouldn't you all be in jail?
I've adjusted the phasing array so they can choose the terms and conditions of their own suicide missions. Godspeed, Task Force X.
New technology should be rigorously tested. I volunteer. Finally, equipment suiting someone of my stature. A new companion. Better be trustworthy. A marvel of engineering.
Keep improving, and we might end up rivals.
The hell are you idiots doing? Get the Flash into stasis and get back to work.
Wish you were always that fun, Flasher. We'll make a sidekick out of you yet.
I'm pumping out rides for you, and Cobblepot needs 20 guys to make a gun?
Let's see.
Ready to try one of my experiments, Doctor? Your brain chemistry is fine. Contract is active. Have fun doing physical actions.
You lot are tighter than a duck's ass. Treat yourselves to some new gear.
No, I will not sanction any more of your bullshit. Of course. Thank you. Tell Dad I said hello. The President heard about what you've done here. He suggested a pardon was in order. But I told him until the work here is done, you belong to me. I know better than to get cocky too early. Even when it's turning out that I was right about everything.
No, save your voice. No, really. Another test subject will prove invaluable for my research. Although this technology isn't technically peer-reviewed, I have every confidence in it. You're in good hands, Flash. My bedside manner may be lacking, but I make up for it in witty banter.
More Task Force X nonsense? Respectfully, Senator, if you have any further questions, you can subpoena me. Thank you.
From the lamest in the league to the lamest guy we got in a tube. Not so fast now, are you, dickhead? Don't fog the glass, Flasher. You're looking at the fastest man conscious! You know how it is, Flashy. Break the rules, get suspended. Careful now, mate. Hate for you to lose another finger to frostbite. You know how it is, Flashy. Break the rules, get suspended.